7, 6, 5, 4,
Hey, what? Who?
3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go!
A big hello to everyone. It's great to see you, and I do hope that you are well. I'm Jenny Kirk, welcoming you here to the Book Nook down in the library. Yes, we are that posh that we turned our dining room into a library. Actually, it probably just meant we had far too many books. And I'm sure that there's a lot of people in a similar situation to that. But the reason that we are down in the Book Nook tonight is because it is very, very hot. Now, I have been up in the loft, and it's not as hot as it could be, but it soon would be if we were up there. So just looking at the chat, we've got Anthnil says guesses for what Rapido's announcing in TT on Friday. Some kind of train, I think. I'm gonna say that I think maybe the Jones goods could be something. But
don't panic,
Mr. Mannering, don't panic. They don't like it up them. They don't like. Right. Anyway, yeah. So we'll have a think about that. TT scale narrow gauge, says Ham Shackleton. What? TT 6.5 or something. I think that's TT running on Z scale track.
Is that even allowed?
Yeah. Tim Shaw, David Scott, Ben Tullett, Sarah Davis 74. Says that's convenient, having Simon with his AC on as a guest in this weather. Unfortunately, the air conditioning doesn't come. Oh, I just got it. Sorry. Slightly autistic. Takes a while. Take everything literally. Mike Lane TT120. Hello to you. Alan Pollock 3363. Iron Horse Railways. Evening. So David Scott 6468, of course, our great organizer of meetups, always very much appreciated. Caroline Rogers 1057, Flymo Chairman 1, the man with the plan, which is very good because we don't have one.
You had a plan once and it didn't work out, so we decided,
Darren
we'll
Watson 3972, Malco Blues, Valleys 56XX. Now, funnily enough, there'd be a lot of people manically typing and going, why doesn't my comment appear? We've had a little bit of a change because we had a little bit of an issue, not going to go into it, but basically an orchestrated campaign to flood the chat with trolls and gremlins. So
trolls, gremlins. Attempting to do concern trolls
and defamation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. We're too early in the stream to swear, but so that's why you have to be a subscriber. So a big thanks to all of the people who've been subscribing for at least 8 days. Warbler Production says, don't know how long I'll watch for. The heat has made me very drowsy. You and me both. Now, if you're hearing that sort of droning in the background, we've got a fan. One of our biggest fans is here playing some air into the Book Nook. Yeah, Alehead Railway. TMC Peachy are also announcing something in TT120 on Friday. Probably a commission of the same model that Rapido are announcing. Now, what's to say that the TMC Peachy announcement and the Rapido announcement are the same thing? I don't know, but we will see. Really looking forward to it. TT120 is very much a scale that is doing great.
I like TT120. One of these days I'll be able to have the space to finish building my layout, because I was just putting mine together and then someone decided to build an entire replica of an Indonesian sugarcane railway.
Yes, and on that note, you will see as the main image, slightly out of focus because it turns out our cameras are a bit rubbish if they get too close to things. Also, we're broadcasting in higher res tonight. Yay! No edges. But that's PG Sembaroto. So you're getting a sneaky peeky at where my Javanese sugarcane railway build is up to. Now, I always love to build really, really quickly. So even though I've been going out to work every day, I've still got a lot done. But don't you worry, I have been filming it. I just completed episode 5 today. Now, were you nudging me for some reason?
I'd like to say that you have worked incredibly quickly, and this railway looks incredible.
Oh,
I'm actually very, very impressed by how you've done this.
You're not just blowing smoke up my bottom, are you?
I would never do that.
That would involve getting close to my bottom.
I have been kinky in many ways, but that is not one of them.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't.
Ben,
I'm very vanilla.
Ben 60,009 says, "Has Weird Yard shrunk in the wash?" No, it's PG Semberoto. You'll have seen the first 2 parts. If you haven't, don't forget to go and watch them. It's coming together. This is a really fun build. And for the first time since building Dr. Evil's volcano lair, and I was reminded this by Simon A.C. Martin, that first time I've done an overseas thing. Flat Track says, "Hi Jenny, any chance of calling Peachy up and getting him to let us know what's been released in TT? I'm sure we'll all agree to keep quiet."
Oh yes, we'll keep quiet.
I'm sure Peachy is lurking. His overlord's like, "Keep an eye on that, Jenny. We don't want her to say anything bad about TT120. We'll send a goon squad round."
Before we go,
am I supposed to read this?
No. Before we go any further, like introducing the VT and things like that, we now know the name of the hero driver from the crash on Friday.
This was the very, very unfortunate train crash from Friday near Bedford. Quite a few people injured, and one of the takeaways from this, it's always tragic when such things happen, but thankfully the driver heroically stayed at their position, braked that train down from, I believe it was doing full line speed, which is probably in the region of 110 miles an hour. And he did so much to stop that from being so much worse. And it just shows the skills of these professionals that pilot our trains up and down the country day in, day out. And sadly,
his name is Sean Burton. So, Mr. Burton, thank you.
Absolutely. And of course, our thoughts go out to his family and to all of those people who were injured and were affected in the train crash.
And let's roll VT. Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more, with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk. And we're back.
Oh, that's a weird angle.
It is.
So now you see, actually, the full size of PG Semberoto is very washed out because, and hello, Clive, the cuckoo clock. That is actually all of PG Semberoto. It's the same size. What are you doing, Zoe?
For scale?
Yes. For scale, here's a colossal Wally. Right. Oi, Wally brain, get out of there. It's not a great shot for actually seeing anything. I actually forgot that she put that camera there. But for a sense of scale, still under construction, that is PG Semberoto. Not booked into any shows yet. I'm actually really looking forward to taking it to shows. At this rate, I'm going to be done in a few weeks. I don't hang around. That's probably why they got me on all these different TV programs to build layouts. Because we were there all week, and they basically just whittled one telephone pole out of a telephone pole. They just made it a lot smaller. But there we are. So in the news, as we said before, we've got TT120 announcement from Rapido and from TMC and Peachy. Now, I don't know whether they're the same thing. No, I know nothing. I know nothing. Nobody tells me anything. But I could well believe that the TMC Peachy announcement and the Rapido announcement might be the same thing, or at least TMC are doing an exclusive livery version of what Rapido are announcing. And I would guess that Rapido might be announcing something like, I'm going to guess at the Jones Goods or the O1 class. They're the two things that I personally think. Although somebody mentioned the GWR Prairie. Now, they have done the 4400 class and are proposing to do the 4500 class, which we're waiting for. Really looking forward to, actually. The 4400 class is an absolutely superb model. So I'm very much looking forward to the 4500 class. So these are all possibilities, or maybe it's something completely left field that we haven't seen announced in out in the wild yet. Where are we? Get it to Earlstown Engage says, get it to Lee. Sure, Andy will squeeze you in. I'm already supposed to be there with Minith Tattoos New with, but the chances are now Andy Fryer's Junction is probably watching. Maybe we will swap out, because we already swapped out one. We swapped out 4 seasons for Minith Tattoos New with. So it may well be that, as I said before, 2027. Please, Jen. What do you want? Do you want? I can bring PG Sembaroto to Lee this year. It could be its exhibition debut.
He's saying bring it 2027 and keep what he's got. He's
I'm sorry.
He's already set everything out.
Yes, Minute Tattoos New with is already on the posters. I don't worry, we'll get you some great pictures. Actually, we'll take this up onto the moors and put it on the roof of the car. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Are we? My goodness.
Today we have on our special super duper guest. We've had him on before. He's always an absolute joy to have a chat with. So coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be getting Simon A.C. Martin on, who is the treasurer of the forgotten the name of the locomotive. It's a merchant navy. I think it's a merchant navy, but they're doing their is it the Merchant Navy Locomotive Preservation Society. So they've got, oh my word, it's gone very dark all of a sudden in there. I think the sun's gone in.
I'll put the light on.
You put the light on. So I'm sending, I was going to say the gerbil, the monkey, to put the light on. Because I think it's suddenly gone very, very dark.
Hopefully that's a good indicator.
You know what? That did nothing. Can you open the blinds as well? Yeah, we need a AC in this hot weather, says Nigel Cole, 1936. So, Treasurer of the Merchant Navy Locomotive Preservation Society, Simon A.C. Martin, is coming on specifically to talk about their recent special commission, which is Mercator, their support coach, which is being done exclusively for them by Bachmann Trains Europe. Really, really looking forward to it. So he's going to be coming on. We do have some short videos. I don't know if you're prepped to be able to show some of the short videos.
You sent me them via Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I can download them, but
okay.
I'll have to do it now.
Okay.
Before we need that screen. So let me just do that now.
Oh, we're a real Mickey Mouse organisation.
We're not. It's just that. You know,
so also, what I will say is the last week, it's been a long time since we've had a manufacturer go bust. I was just saying that, and immediately my brain went, DCC Concepts did it recently. But yeah, so there's been a lot going on, and I've seen some very useful help and advice being posted by, I think it's Model Railways Unlimited. So let's not take anything away from Model Railways Unlimited, who has been doing a fantastic job getting the word out there. I believe he also broke the story on the statement as well. So I've got no connection. I don't think I've ever knowingly met or talked to him, but just letting people know that he's got some great advice if you have lost any money in the KR models collapse.
But what I will say is, under no circumstances should anyone be trying to harass.
No. Well, we did report on that, and then it seems that a certain bunch of people started orchestrating a campaign of harassment against me. Like, how dare you call us out for harassing?
Yeah,
But
well,
anywho, DJ Sarah Hall says, but then I do love a good thunderstorm. Actually, yeah, nothing better than a good thunderstorm for clearing the air. Ben Tullett 6068 says, apparently a manufacturer is in talks with buying KR models tooling, as they mentioned in the statement. Yeah, so there's a number of different tools that have not yet been run. Bellerophon, Big Bertha, DHP1, the Torpedo Wagon. Now, I do know that the tooling for all four of those does exist. And certainly in the case of Bellerophon is complete and ready to go, I was told a while ago. Not heard anything since, but I'm sure that whichever manufacturers are working on that will announce in their own time. So if you do know who it is, do not share that publicly. They will break the news when they are ready to.
yeah, because at the moment, let's face it, the majority that say, "Oh, I know who it is," are speculating, and if you've heard it from someone else, they don't know either.
Yes, it's always a friend of a friend, isn't it? But anywho, we're going to get Simon A.C. Martin on. But first of all, I think we should play the video that he sent over whilst the video's playing, which shows Mercator, the exclusive commission of the support coach for the Merchant Navy Locomotive Preservation Society, on a test run on a layout. I actually recognise the test layout. It's the MRC's test layout.
Which was it? These are the 4 that I've downloaded. You can see the tiny thumbnails.
Try the last one.
Okay.
I think the last one is like 1.5 minutes, and then the other 3 are like 12 seconds. And then whilst JTG Werewolf says Robert Littlewicket done a fantastic video on KR models. Yeah, he did. He did quite an interesting one on Hellion and a really interesting one on DCC Concepts as well. Although I don't know what luck he's had in finding anything like accounts, whether accounts can be found, given that KR Models is based in Canada.
Okay, we're going to see how this goes. If you want to put your headphones on.
Oh, right. So we're going to roll VT, and this is the Mercator Test Coach, which I don't think it's available yet, but shortly Simon A.C. Martin will fill us in. I'm going to put my headphones on. So this is the model that is being produced exclusively via Bachmann, and you can see there it's done in the Pullman livery, and this is so that it matches with all of the coaching stock.
It looks incredible.
It does rather. Really, really lovely. So hopefully we're going to try and get Simon A.C. Martin up now. We're a couple of minutes later than we anticipated. So let's just see if we can get him on the hot seat. Try it again. It says unavailable. So Okay.
Okay, that's let me jump back to Facebook and see if I can work out what's going on.
Okay, well, shall we try Facebook video? We were
Sure,
all,
yeah,
we
can do
were
Teams.
all set up to do that on Teams. Simon AC Martin, just to let you know, we're having an issue with Teams, so we are going to try and bring you up on Facebook video and see whether we can. Let's have a look. So put the call in.
Yeah.
Make call happen.
Video calling is not supported on this brand. What the? Okay, that. Right, give me one moment. I can rectify that. No problem.
Okay, so Simon AC Martin, bear with us a moment. We have some technical difficulties. So if you could slide the that's brilliant. DL Warren says, why do Pullman trains always look so good? It is an incredibly good livery. George Pullman certainly had an eye for an amazing livery. Right, so we're just currently trying to get hold of Simon AC Martin. He's probably waiting for the Teams call. Oh, there we go. So, Simon AC Martin, I can see you, and can you hear me? So, we can see and hear Simon AC Martin. I don't know if he can see and hear us. So are we coming through, Simon? Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
He can't. They can't hear him.
Ah, right. Fair enough. Well, look, it's great to see you. I hope you're. Do we have him on screen?
We have him on screen, but they can't hear him. So I've just got to try and do something over here.
Ah, so we have more technical difficulties at the moment.
It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I can imagine with the heat that there are a lot of issues all over the network. So do we know if Simon is coming through? Well, how come I can hear him?
You can hear him, but they can't, because I have to try and add a sound system, and it's not letting me do.
As you can probably tell, we're on a completely different system today because of the heat, and unfortunately, there's a few little teething troubles. We did try and call you on Teams, and it says you weren't available, which was. But it's all right. Well, if we can get this to work, then the trouble is the chat's on a delay, so people typing we can't hear him. We don't know whether that's delayed or whether it. Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me, mother?
Oh dear.
So,
while they can't hear me, we should talk about Volvos.
is he coming through?
Yeah.
Right, we are coming through.
No.
So, right, anywho, yes, and so the bishop said to the actress, and it was all incredibly funny, and you had to be there to appreciate it. So, anyway, Simon,
you told that one when we were on the Great Model Railway Challenge. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, good time. We were talking about that earlier on, actually, because you and I were on the same team, and we had a really good time. Yeah. And the money that they hosed at each of those layout builds, I mean, there's nothing better than having a budget it was something like £7,000 per layout. It was incredible.
We had a lot of fun with that budget.
Yeah, we did actually. We did. And you know, people think that there's a lot of camera trickery, and that we had weeks and weeks to build those things, but it was done in 3 days. Each of those filming sessions, just 3 days. And so all the teams actually pulled it off. I'm not aware of any team that just kind of fell to pieces and couldn't finish their build. So it was really testament to just how many great modelers that they were able to have on the show. And I think as well that because you and I were on the second series, we'd already seen what had gone before on the first series. So we knew it was about making an absolute spectacle of what you were building, thinking outside the box, go big or go home. And
Making a spectacle, yeah. Drilling my finger.
Hey, how is
was
the
quite
finger?
a spectacle.
Have you still got a mark where you drilled through there?
Would you believe I still do? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be with you for life. But no, but we're not here to talk and reminisce about Great Model Railway Challenge. Although some of those shoots we had weather this sort of heat. And Zoe, can just quickly ask, keep an eye on the train, make sure it's still going around because I cannot see it.
Got to say that looks absolutely lovely.
Oh, what the PG Semberoto?
Yeah. Really enjoying
it has
that.
stopped. I've got staff, but the staff are not doing what they were told to do. So the train has stalled somewhere. So I just worked really quick. But no, we're here to talk about Makata, the support coach
Right.
for...
Are you ready?
Yes.
I have it in front of me.
So is this an actual livery sample or
this is
production?
the livery sample for production. We have already instructed Batman to make some changes, and Batman's designer Tamsin has done an incredible job making some changes of her own. Which, and bear in mind, I see this coach a couple of days a week, every week for like the last 7 or 8 years, coming up to my 9th year with the society. And some people who are more knowledgeable than me have seen it for 20 years, right? She spotted stuff we didn't even notice.
It's like, does this need to be this or this? And you're like, what are you talking about? I didn't know it had one of those.
Well, I was writing out an email which was no, you've got the Makata name is positioned wrongly and the letters are out of sync. And then one of my colleagues quietly took me to one side and said, "Don't send that email. Have a look at this photograph." And oh my God.
Yeah,
Tamsin has got it spot on the model.
Yeah, but I mean, they are really, really good. And Bachmann definitely have an incredible eye for the detail. I mean, they've got an amazing team who, we never really get to meet or learn anything about the team that they've got. They kind of keep in the background, but boy, do they do an amazing job with these models. And we've just shown the video that you sent over of Makata on test. And I recognise that test track. That's the MRC test track, isn't it?
It is, yes. I'm a member up there, and I try and get up there as regularly as I can. And early this week, I was able to take my original clan line model from from 2001. So, God, 25 years ago. I am getting old. That my dad bought me, and it was paired with a whole load of the old Hornby railroads and Makata. So, hang on, let's bring it up. Oh God. So, for the first time publicly outside of the website, here is the Makata support coach model. I've got to work out how to.
That looks superb. I'm seeing it there on the screen, and if anything, your camera doesn't do it justice because there was a really good close up in the video that you sent. But I love it with the Merchant Navy Locomotive Preservation Society Limited written along the top. Somebody was actually saying in the comments just how superb the Pullman livery looks, and I take it that Clan Line is often pulling the that Pullman rake, so it made sense for the support coach to match.
So something you've got to see though, Jen. Oh, but you can't see because it's on my side of the coach. If I pull this in, here we go. Right, on this side, you can see...
What's that notice in the window?
It's our advert, which has got our Twitter and other details on it. And you are not going to believe this. It is legible.
No, I can believe that. I mean,
it's incredible.
And when I've been doing reviews on stuff, I've used... we've used magnifying lenses to see things that you cannot see with the human eye. Because they're so small, and yet the writing is legible when you get down to being that small. It is incredible just what they can do. I think a lot of people are already sort of itching to order one. So we got a Raymond Legs 5508 saying that is a beautiful coach. RG Models 86 says it's beautiful. Mark Waitman 3805 says nice. Does it have lights?
Right. Okay, I'm going to give you the pitch. it does not have lights.
Okay.
We have spec'd it because we wanted to get the livery spot on.
Uh-huh.
And the model that is being produced is a balance between the livery, which is very expensive because it's a multiple tamp process one, which pushes the price up, okay, and the lighting. So it doesn't have lighting. However, it has passive provision for lighting to be fitted because the bogies all come with the contacts. So if, like me, you're going to fit lighting afterwards, you're able to do that. But I took a decision as treasurer that it was going to be too expensive to do a fully fitted one with lighting, I'm afraid.
I can absolutely understand. I mean, models, let's not beat around the bush. Models are getting quite expensive these days. So I guess for a lot of people, they take a view that maybe lighting is something that they wouldn't make a lot of use of. So it makes sense that, if that helps keep the costs down, to go down that route. But where can people order one? There's a lot of people asking.
Right. So hang on, let me send it to you in our chat.
So I will have to. See, the problem I've got is I've got a cupboard monkey that keeps wandering off. So I'll have to wait until she can put the details out.
That's all right. That's not a problem.
Like a blooming horse without maxing out the sound.
Oh, apparently she needed to see the Queen Mary into
I do
port.
need to say something to note.
Uh-huh.
We are selling these at a rate of knots, and we have extended the production run ever so slightly.
Is this because they've just sold so well? And
yes.
I'm guessing that the number in the production run is not a public thing. So, it's not a limited edition of a certain number, is it? Or
so it is a limited edition of a certain number. However, I need to confirm with my chairman and the committee and with Bachmann that I have permission to then say what the number is.
Right, that's completely understandable.
Because we had a portion of an overall production run, which is normally 512. Okay, so it will be around the 500 number, but let me come back to you and confirm the full details. But we've sold so many. I've never been more grateful for the people that support the society as they have been with this particular thing, because we put it on pre-order last year, Jen, and I was not expecting the reaction. I thought we'd maybe get 50 or 60 pre-sales, but we're well into triple figures and rising ever higher. And I think Bachmann, having done such a great job with the livery artwork that we showed last year and then the livery sample itself, it's just doing so well, and it all goes towards keeping Makata in service, which we need desperately.
So, I mean, what sort of work does the coach need doing on it, and how regularly does it need doing?
So bear in mind, I'm the treasurer, but I can give you a sort of a good overview of the engineering required. Makata has a set of B4 bogies.
Yeah.
Underneath. We need to have the wheels turned at various times in order to get rid of any potential flats that might have arisen from any braking scenario we might have through the year. We've had a couple of those in the last 3 or 4 years. That's not end of the world stuff, but that's an additional cost. At some point, the coach will need to have a full exam. I think it's a C1 it's called, which will look at the overall body and the support structure and any other electrical systems. We spend quite a lot of time every year going through the coach, cleaning it out, making sure all of the subsystems work. There's batteries, there's fire extinguisher systems, there's the toilet retention tank was quite a big expense 2 or 3 years ago, because we've got the full CET setup that had to be fitted. I do want to say to our viewers, the model does not have the toilet retention tank because that would have required tooling up additional parts.
Yes.
However, I am going to speak to a lovely chap who has offered to do us some 3D prints, and we may be able to make those available for you to fit if you so wish at a later date.
Excellent.
So that's something that is being actively thought about, because we had a lot of people saying they want to model the tank, and that also surprised me. But it's lovely that people have such an interest, isn't it?
Yeah, that people really, really want to have a big tank full of poo.
But they want it to look, I guess, as it is now, and not necessarily as we've dated it. It is to 2023.
Right.
is effectively the year that we were looking at.
Mm.
And I say that having taken a whole load of photographs, given them to Tamsin, and on the rear of the coach, that it gives you the dates of the last inspections. It actually says 2024 on the rear, because that's what it says on the coach physically today for that particular item. So yeah.
But one of the questions actually that certainly, actually, before I ask about that, we've got a couple of questions coming up in the chat. First of all, how much is the coach? Just so that people know.
Let me just fact check myself. Right, it is, if you pre-order it today, it is £74.95 is the base price. We have a postage cost of £12, which is across the board. So that's UK and abroad.
Right, okay.
£12 sounds a lot. However, because of the way that we're packaging it and what we're doing with Royal Mail, in order to make sure that they all go out together on delivery, so that's the entire batch, if pre-sold, will go out on the same day to Royal Mail.
That's a lot.
Arrive within 24 to 48 hours is our hope.
And if people are in like the local area to somewhere like the MRC, are they able to pick it up from somewhere, or do they all get posted out?
No, we're going to post them all out together. We have, over the last year, myself and the merchandise manager, we've been putting together both a spreadsheet and a way of actually physically doing this.
Yeah.
Because we are only doing this once.
I can imagine it.
And we want to get it right. We don't want anyone to be left behind. We don't want anyone to get any damaged models. And we want everyone to get them within a few days of each other.
Absolutely, because I mean, if it's well on track to being completely sold out, then you don't want stuff getting damaged in the post, because there may not be a model to actually replace any damages.
Well, we will have within the production run. We have put together a certain number are going out to be samples to magazines, and then we're going to ask them to raffle those off or to do something with them, maybe as a prize, because that gets the model out there and that gets us out there. We will have a few that have been held back, and they're going to go into our archives. There'll be at least one in the archives, and we have kept back at least 10 or 20, I think it is, for spares and repairs, on the grounds that we expect in a production run of 500, you might get a number that come through damaged. We don't know.
Unfortunately, that can happen. So yeah, it's probably wise.
QC is very, very good. I hasten to say this is just precautionary planning on our part, because we want to make sure that we look after all of our customers.
Oh, absolutely. And I think in having bought over the years probably about 250 Bachmann locomotives, I've only ever had to send one back because of a quality control issue, which is actually, that's a pretty good result.
I don't think I've ever sent back a Bachmann product.
I've bought a lot more than most people over the years.
And I've built a lot. I've bought a lot and had a lot of coaches from them over the years.
Yeah.
It's the wagons. I've got. I shouldn't say the wife is nearby. There's a lot of Bachmann wagons.
Yeah. Yes. They only cost £1 each. Honest.
She definitely would not believe that.
Yes, yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I've bought a lot of Bachmann wagons over the years. Claude Hamilton asks, when do you take payment for the pre-order? Will it happen immediately or at the point of dispatch?
So we have taken the money up front from the start of this. So if you're pre-ordering, you're paying up front. That guarantees you the model. That means we also have the cash that allows us to pay for the whole of the production run. And also the little profit that is on top of the overall price goes into looking after Makata and preparing it.
Absolutely.
So I budgeted it very carefully, and oh god, the discussions we had, Jen, as a committee on the actual price point with Bachmann. We've tried to be really fair to everyone, but this price is a really good price for what you are getting.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that. Actually, the margins on a lot of model railway stuff isn't big. People think like, it must be 50% or more, but it's not. And you don't get a lot of wiggle room. Once you've got
it's commercially confidential, but I can tell you this now: we've had very little wiggle room in terms of the materials costs and similar. And Bachmann have been amazing. Richard and Tamsin over at Bachmann, just going to name drop them. From day one, they have been so incredibly supportive. They've done some amazing work. And I need to also name drop two members of my committee, David Maurer and Ian Millward, who have done such sterling work liaising with them and, getting all the facts together so that we can make these sort of decisions as a committee.
Perfect.
It's really the best thing we've ever done as a product, I have to say.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I've commissioned a few wagons over the years. We've got a couple more in the pipeline, and it's not for the faint of heart, but it's very rewarding when you see a model and to see the one that you held up. In fact, if you want to hold it up against the people who've been arriving late, we have seen you arrive late. Gandalf will be in a moment, but I mean, this is amazing.
There we go.
I mean, the underframe detail really is nice. I mean, if you hadn't.
Let me turn it over then. There we go.
If you hadn't have told me that it's missing the bog retention tank, I wouldn't have known. But I love the little sign in the window. I think for me...
Oh, the sign in the window is... where is it? There we go. Right.
That sign...
That is exceptional.
And the fact that it's legible under magnification as well, that really is quite incredible. But I want to ask, what's actually in the support coach? What's the deal with the support coach? I think a lot of people see videos, particularly it's very obvious when a loco is running somewhere with just the loco and the single support coach. What is that there for, and what's going on inside a support coach?
Right, so speaking purely for Clanline, because support coaches come in many forms, our support coach has 4 first-class booths that it has retained, which are at the rear of the vehicle there.
Yeah.
At the other end, we have a workshop and a kitchen area for dining. Makata doubles up as a sleeping coach for overnight on occasion when we've got longer trips that we run. It allows us to take on board up to 8 support crew members, or maybe a little more if it's a longer trip. You have to have a responsible officer, you'll have engineering, you'll have people who are operational. We will also have a couple of timekeepers who will check the timings of the train to make sure that we're meeting where we need to be. We also have members of our planning team on board who will be observing the run and then reporting back in terms of how each one goes. And on occasion, you get volunteers who have come on board to hand out leaflets and talk to the general public, which is something I normally do when I'm able to pull myself away from the BHD and Network Rail.
Absolutely, yeah, because your day job is on the railways.
Yes.
I mean, do you find that because you weren't always working on the railways, so have you found that that's kind of changed your the way that you view some of these trips with the charters, but also things like model railways? Do you look at it through different eyes now with say 15 years ago?
100%. And just on that note, if I may also put in a small mention that we should think about the awful accident that happened. We unfortunately lost one of our railway family. A number of people, both critically injured and injured. We're all hurting.
Yeah, we mentioned that at the start of the show, and it's something that I'm guessing everybody who works on the railway hopes that they'll never be involved in an incident like that. But obviously we'll wait and see what the RAIB report
Absolutely.
says.
We shouldn't speculate.
But I mean, from an outsider looking in, one of the takeaways from that was actually just how well built modern trains are for when involved in an incident. The fact that it stayed upright on the track. I've seen so many bad accidents over the years in the news. It struck me just how well designed modern trains are to be able to minimize the outcome of what appears to have been quite a high-speed collision there.
I mean, putting my historian's hat on, because as you know, I do a lot of history writing. If this had been even 60 or 50 years ago, and maybe actually 30 or 40, don't forget that Clapham is not that far
That
out of history,
was
out of mind.
that was the crash I had in the back of my mind when I was saying that. We've come on a long way since then, and
well, we are still by far the safest railway in Europe, by far.
absolutely,
And
yes.
we should never be complacent over our position. We should always think, what can we do more? I would also say, and I have to be very careful because obviously I work for Network Rail.
Yes.
The dedication of everyone in the industry to safety can't be understated.
Yeah.
And we're all currently having discussions and stand downs and talking about what more we can do on lots of different things. I'm qualified for control of site safety, as you know, Jen, which means I regularly take people out on or near the line. I find that very scary. Even today, I find that very, very scary. A week or so ago, I was on a stretch of line where the line speed is 100 miles an hour, and you're doing all the right things. You're at the right distances. You're obeying all the laws, but you've got to be always on it. You need to be aware and self-aware always, because the railway, as much as we love it, it is one of the most dangerous places in the world to work.
I can imagine, and it's there's so many people involved, both visibly and not necessarily obviously to the public, in making our railways such a safe system to get around. It's very tragic when something like this happens, but it happens so rarely that compared with traveling by car or cycling, it's such a safe form of travel. But
it is the safest way to travel. I think mathematically, even like worldwide, if you take it all into consideration, it's still one of, if not the safest way.
Absolutely, yes. But let's not focus on that. We're here to talk about Mercator and
yes. Any other questions on Mercator? And I've noted a couple of comments in the chat about a manufacturer that we are absolutely 100% not talking about today.
What, Rapido? Oh no, I'm sure. No, but yeah, there's a lot of people actually. There's a few people saying that they've ordered up one of those coaches. Hold on a moment.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. We appreciate every single order. You've got no idea. Myself and the merchandise officer, when we see the numbers go up, it's just like, oh my God, think of the things we're going to be able to do with the real coach in terms of fixing it.
Think of the fact that we're going to actually make the money we've spent on these back, not have to go and explain to somebody. It's like, well, you see, the coach is very nice and all that, but we've got a load in the back and might have to push them a bit.
Oh, Jen, I had nightmares for months about that.
Yeah.
Absolute nightmares. I was like, is this going to be the worst decision that I've helped push through for the society? But so far, it's been a rip-roaring success, and long may that continue. I do want to throw out there, we're obviously following the footsteps of a lot of other groups that have gone and had either their support coaches done or their locomotives done. I should mention, for balance, we've got Mercator coming from Bachmann. We also have Clanline coming from Hornby. So by the end of maybe this year or next year, you'll be able to have an authentic Hornby Clanline with the tender fully modelled with the air pumps and a fully modelled Bachmann Mercator in tow, which will be absolutely lovely to see them. And both companies always the most professional in the business. Have loved working with them on these projects.
Absolutely. I mean, I've done I know you've worked a lot behind the scenes, helping out Hornby to make sure that the models are absolutely perfect.
Not just me. It's been and that's very kind, but it's been a committee thing, and we've also gone to the society and other volunteers who are far more knowledgeable than me, and some of the stuff they pick up, Jen, is incredible.
Yeah, but I mean, again, this is something that I think a lot of railway modelers don't realise, that there's so many people behind the scenes working really hard to make these things happen. You've mentioned Tamsin, the designer at Bachmann, working so hard, and in the normal run of things, people like that, we'd never know about them. Obviously, we'd know that there must be people there, but they do all this behind the scenes, behind out of sight of the limelight, and produce some incredible things for the modeler these days.
And they go above and beyond, Jen. That's the bit that I have been so, it does frustrate me that there are times to have real criticism that's constructive, and yes, if the model's wrong, blah blah blah. But when you actually get involved in getting a model together, as you well know with all of your limited editions as well, the manufacturers do go to the nth degree, and they care about getting this right.
Absolutely, and it's an absolute pleasure looking at that the finished item. I'm really looking forward to actually seeing
I'll
that.
Hold it up again.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just going to lick the screen. Oh, that's great. I've got a question here actually from Zantec asking how do lights fit into it. I don't know whether there's a standard design of lighting board or.
Well, I'm going to hazard a comment that I think spares will probably be available from Batman because this is a standard Mark II BFK. Okay, so lit BFKs already exist in the Batman range. They will have spares. You'll be able to get those boards from Bachmann, I'm sure.
Yes.
There are alternatives. I, for example, have recently been lighting up older coaches using lighting strips that I've managed to get off eBay from certain manufacturers. That requires very little soldering, and there is actually, I have found a kit, and I'll try and find the link and send it over to you, Jen. One that requires no soldering, and you just stick to the underside. You put a little magnet over the top, and it turns it on like the Hornby and Rapido coaches.
Yes.
Six-wheelers. Very similar to that. So there will be means and ways, and I'm sure, Jen, if you would like to have me back, we could probably do a session on that. Here's Makata. Here's how we're going to get into Makata, and here's how we're going to.
Yeah. We could do something.
Go through that.
That'd be perfect. And I should also mention, Layout Concepts do have a kit for adding working table lamps into coaches, and I can imagine that certainly stuff like that would be a really quite pleasurable project for somebody
I need to put them into my Pullmans, Jen.
Absolutely, they do look great, absolutely great. But look, thank you so much for joining us to have a chat about that. What we will say to people is get your order in for the Makata coach quickly. They are selling really, really well. And do we have a date of delivery? We've got a question here from Richard Swiderski asking when is it coming out?
I can't officially give you a delivery date because it is dependent on a number of different factors. However, if we're lucky and everything goes to plan, November 2026 is what we were aiming for. If not, it will be likely spring 2027. But I am, because Bachmann are on the ball, we've got the sample, everything is signed off, the production run has been agreed. I'm waiting to kind of press the button and pay for everything. They should be coming into production very, very shortly. And if we're very lucky, before the end of the year. Would be a nice Christmas present.
Absolutely. But I mean, that looks amazing. Of course, all proceeds from this go back into making sure that the real support coach is kept in tip-top condition to be able to continue running on the main line. And thanks to Simon A.C. Martin, we now know what's inside it and what it's actually used for. I've been wondering that for ages. You see support coaches with
Jen,
so many things.
It's an open invite. Come down to Stewart's Lane and you can come and have a look round.
I would love to do that.
A few shovels in the fireboxes.
Oh, I'd love to do that. I kind of know the principle. It'd be interesting to actually have a go with chucking coal in the fire hole, because that in itself is an art form. It's not just throwing coal at a hole, because you have to actually get a layer on the fire with no holes in, because if you get a hole, especially if the engine's working hard, it starts to blow through the hole and you can actually melt the fire bars and destroy the bottom end of the firebox. No, so there's actually, it's very scientific. You know, being a fireman is quite a tricky business. But yes, I would love to. Obviously, you're at the other end of the country, but next time we are down south,
will sort it. We will sort
I would
it.
love to do that. Yes, yeah, and I'll come and come down and compare the model coach to the real coach, and I'm sure that it will.
And for you too, Zoe, obviously.
Absolutely. She hasn't got headphones on, so she can't. You can say what you like about her. She doesn't know what we're saying. But look, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me back on. It's always a pleasure, Jen.
Absolutely. And like we said to everybody, the Mercator Sport Coach is selling really, really quick. If this is a must-have item, get your order in sooner rather than later. It's all for a good cause. And it's always a pleasure. Simon A.C. Martin, the Volvo aficionado. And of course, your Volvo is back on the road now. You've got it all up and running.
We've done 350 miles so far. I'm loving it, Jen.
Is that it? I put mine back on the road and I drove it to London and back the next day.
Oh, I haven't had time to drive it as much as I would like. I'm hoping to do a round trip up to Jeremy Clarkson's pub at some point, so you might spot me over there.
Excellent. Well, yeah, we'll have to meet up at a Volvo event. I think the last Volvo event we were at was the Volvo 600. The last time.
That's right. Yes, that was 2019.
I know, it's a long time ago now, because we were both in the Heritage fleet. Because our old jalopies, it turns out that we were the people with the nicest examples of each of them. Which considering
needs a bit of work, mine now.
Does it? Have you dinged it already?
No, the black is starting to go a bit grey, and I need to do a bit of a repaint on some of the red panels because they're starting to go a bit pink. But we'll get there.
They're just like they're a constant thing. But there we are. Look, thank you so much for joining us. You have a great rest of your evening, and we'll catch you later.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So that's Simon A.C. Martin, the treasurer of the Merchant Navy Locomotive Preservation Society, particularly for Clan Line. So looking down the comments, oh yes, of course, Iron Horse Railways does remind us, our sponsor, Sawyer Models. You can order all of your modelling needs through Sawyer Models at www.sawyermodels, that's all one word, .co.uk. Flymo Chamber 1 says there is a kitchen section included, and I think let's get
you think, my goodness,
sun outside. Gandalf has gone and he's disappeared.
There's Monday Clover. It's never late, Toto wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thank you, Gandalf. Gosh, that's amazing. Did you know Gandalf was here? You were busy. She was so engrossed in that.
I'm building your little wagon thing.
Oh, for PG Sembaroto.
I don't know what's happened to your local.
Yeah,
it just wouldn't respond.
Yeah, which is why I kept trying to say to you, I kept trying to signal, like, just turn it off, turn it off. You know?
I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, what was it going backwards for?
So that it would still continue running while the interview was going on.
Oh.
Speaking of running, my nose is. I'm full of allergies.
Is the chat frozen? It hasn't updated for
I will sort it out in a second.
Sorry, that's the stuff on screen. Unfortunately, the staff has not been keeping an eye on stuff.
Okay, there's an issue with OBS at the moment, and it's always OBS.
Yeah.
Where if you jump between scenes, it can turn the chat off.
So there we are. Hopefully it's now working. And anybody who's wondering why their comments are not appearing in the chat, because of nasty little trolls and sad acts, we had to change the settings. So you have to be a subscriber to be able to participate, which isn't really a difficult thing. Don't forget to become a subscriber. It's the best way to keep up to date on all of your groovy YouTube content from this channel, including the building of PG Sembaroto, my Javanese sugarcane railway, which is currently very washed out. The sun is going down, so unfortunately,
change.
Yeah, we probably need to shut the blind that the sun is streaming into the camera from. I would go and do it.
Give me 1 second. I will go.
Monkey in the way.
Let's have a think.
Yes, Alan Pollock, red card for the staff. Warbler Production says OBS caused my stream last night to end early as it overheated my laptop. Yeah, and Stephen Maxwell, absolutely on brand. Don't forget the like button.
How's that?
That's much better, actually. Yes. So at some point I'll wander through and get that up and running again. it's one of those things deceitfully. It's like, oh, I see their attention is elsewhere. And then it derails and stops working, which is most unfortunate. I'm still fettling the track. And it's one of those things that when you lay the track, before all the ballast and the scenery goes on, works perfectly. No issues whatsoever. Running it to its heart's content. Nothing derails. Nothing stops. Soon as I ballast and put the scenery in, problems start turning up left, right, and centre. Richard Gruter says, I think I've burnt my head. Sorry, yeah, wear a hat. Wear a hat, people, if you're going out and about. It's so easy to get.
Who are the hat people?
Richard, although saying that, it being Richard Gruter's, I'm expecting a dad joke to come for that. What is Zoe working on, says Zantek? Well, these are the Market Traders Barrow stalls. These are the Wills kits. I bought these for PG Sembrotto because it's really difficult trying to find stuff suitable for Java. Architecture, very, very different.
Should you make some Coke?
Yes, I would actually. That'd be quite nice. Architecture, very, very different. Vehicles, very, very different. A lot of people on bicycles and more recently motorbikes. Can you get motorbikes in 00 or HO? Not easily. You can get mods and get people on a little moped going, ciao, but cannot get suitable people. I've managed to get 2 sets of rice paddy field workers from, I think they're from the Prizer range, and that's it. I've basically got 10 people suitable for PG Sembrotto. Even, can I just say, even the crews in the trains look European because they're the same trains as runs on Minith Tatus Newith. Iron Horse Railway says PG Marsh make an old BSA and rider in 00 scale. Now, just remember that one of the issues is that European people don't cut it when you're modelling somewhere like Indonesia. So I've been trying to find figures suitable for depicting the locals, and it's really hard.
Yeah, it's almost like when you're looking at motorbike riders, you don't want a 1950s and 1960s European suave cool boy, do you?
Yeah, I don't really want a man in his 3-piece suit and a trilby. James Petts wasn't talking about you, but I think you know the thing. SHGP Media says, what figures you after, Jenny? Sorry, I missed what you said. Basically, people suitable for Java, Indonesia, Vietnam. I've tried all of these. They're just not available to somebody based in the UK. I dare say that railway modelers must exist out in places like Vietnam, Indonesia, Java, Philippines. There must be people out there and products available, but I cannot easily find them.
Also, you can't speak the language, so trying to work out what the search
I'm picking it up, actually.
Of course you are, yes. You've done a lot, but finding the search terms is going to be difficult on its own.
I've tried all that, Zantek, tried all that. Yeah, Kingfisher 1487, tried Prizer and Noch. They're just not out there. If you want people in like Bavarian traditional dress with their stein of beer, then Prizer and Noch have got you covered in absolute bucketfuls. Unfortunately, if you want people working in the cane fields out in Java, they're just not there. SHGP Media says, leave it with me. We'll post what I find to the Facebook group. Perfect. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing what you can find. Project Northgate 44 says, oh yeah, sorry I'm late.
The Monday Clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf, who sounds a bit West Country today. Richard Swiderski 4985 says, Jenny, send photos to Model U or simpler, they can scan it and 3D print one. Already asked Model U. Unfortunately, they've got nothing really suitable in their range. And the problem is that they'd be quite niche.
Yes.
So I will continue looking. Luckily, I can populate a lot of PG Sembrotto after the fact.
But the idea that you could have a 3D printed model, the lack of demand, so to speak, isn't necessarily a big thing if they're generating it from a photo.
Yeah, I've thought about a lot of this, but then the thing is, I've been finding photos of real people, and there's a little bit of me that thinks it's jolly rude to produce 3D prints of people who have no idea that you're producing 3D prints of them.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
I don't know, maybe it's just personal ethics. I just feel that, if they gave permission, that's absolutely fine. But, if you're taking random photographs off Flickr or wherever of people out in Java or Indonesia or Vietnam, I just think it's a bit rude to make models like that and not ask them if it's okay.
No, it's a very good point.
SHGP Media says Scale Scenery and Figures have just released figures of people climbing stairs based on me saying no one did them. I'll sort it out for you. Perfect. Looking forward to it. What I need, actually, I've noticed there's a lot of people out there. They'll be riding like little 50cc and 100cc old, probably Soviet Russian era motorbikes. So not fancy, people aren't on Ducatis or Kawasaki's. They're on these these weird, probably not weird to the locals, but these Soviet era style bikes. There's also a lot of Dutch influence in Java. I believe it was a Dutch colony at one point. So there's a lot of Dutch influence, and I've had a look to see whether Dutch architecture may have carried across colonially and still been there. But honestly, can't really find anything. Warbler Production says, Jenny, I'll send you a link to some Asian-style HO figures tomorrow. They may be suitable for you. Thank you so much. I am going to try and get some more of the Prizer ones that I did. They did 2 different packs. They're basically the same figures, but with the clothing painted differently. Oh, these look nice. Excuse me. So I've got these. These will do the job for market trader stalls. So I am going to use them on PG Sembro. I am interested to see what happens with those. But the wares that are on the thing that you get, these are the Wills kits. So fruit and veg, that's going to be. Where's the camera? There we are. Fruit and veg. That's going to be fun to paint. You've got your work cut out with that. But just remember, they've got fancy fruit and stuff. So jackfruit, bananas.
I'll just be painting what's on there.
I know, but think colourful.
Orange.
But this looks like books.
Ooh.
So we'll have to. Books probably not the kind of commodity you'd find, but we'll work something out with that.
They're not books.
What are they? There might be boxes of stuff. Ben Tullett says also lots of Japanese Honda Cubs and Japanese trucks and vans over there. Yes, just keep in mind though, I'm not modelling the present day so much as probably, I think about 1990s is essentially the period that I've got in mind, where the system's a little bit run down, but not as run down as it is now, but also able to mix steam and diesel. Richard Gruter says, I've never painted fruit and veg. Neither have I, to be honest. Sarah Davis 74 says, can you take the mod mopeds and replace the riders? No, because the Lambretta type scooter, you don't see them out there. Kingfisher 1487 says, for the bike, have a look at wargaming scale 1:72. I've had a look, even like military models, and there's only so far you can get with those, looking for things like army dispatch riders.
The biggest issue these days is that wargaming doesn't tend to do 1:72 anymore. We've moved to 28mm or heroic scale.
Heroic
on certain scales, just because it makes it easier for people who are getting a bit older to see.
Yeah, the old eyesight's not looking so good. Railway stopped at Andy Fry's Junction. We stopped it because the monkey wasn't keeping a close eye, and it was deceitfully derailing. So I'm going to have to fettle the track a bit more. But what you're seeing on the screen now is you can actually see both bridges. Just behind the chat, you can see the epic truss girder bridge. Really had a lot of fun building that. But then to the left-hand side of your screen, it's probably not quite so obvious, but there's also like a beam bridge. So metal I-type beams with the track laid over the top of it. Quite a simple bridge, but quite pleased.
I was surprised how simple it was.
It's very, very simple, but it turned out quite well with a little footbridge next to it. Andy Fry's Junction says, sorry not paying attention, putting TT120 onto the shop's website. Peachy TT120's ears will probably prick up.
My ears were pricking up, never mind his.
But we've got, of course, just a reminder, big announcement coming on Friday, I believe. Peachy TT120 and Rapido making an announcement on a new release. Really looking forward to that.
Are they announcing that they've got a new TT120 version of Planet?
No.
Oh, speaking of ridiculous things that would never happen, how on earth have they managed to put a working smoke unit into Rocket?
It wasn't easy.
I was shocked at that. That was incredible.
So, Honda Cub bikes would be perfect as early ones were second-hand in the 1990s, says Ben Tullett. Yeah, there's stuff out there. I've got some of the model scene bicycles that I want to make use of. And I think coupled with the rice paddy field workers, I might be able to. Some of the people in the poses of bending down, if you then sat them on a bike, they might be roughly in the right sort of pose to be riding the bicycle. Gloucestershire and Warwickshire Railway have announced, GWSR, says David Scott Railway, has announced that all services have been suspended until Saturday. Please check their website for more details, weather related. East Lancs Railway also posted about this. I think the issue is that it's going to get very hot in some of these coaches anyway. I think people are going to get very dehydrated, not just the punters, but the staff as well. Imagine what the loco crew will be going through, shoveling coal on a big fire in this sort of heat. But then there's also worries about potentially, I suppose, rails starting to buckle in the heat. So it's probably as well. And I don't know about you, but I think I'd rather just shelter in the shade than go out photographing or riding on trains. In this weather, it's going to get very, very hot. Also, fire risk as well, says Ham Shackleton. Yes, so Saddleworth Moor will probably be on fire by the end of the week. Always happens. You always get wally brains who go out there and think it's funny to set fire to it. So you're not big and you're not clever, but it happens. So, yeah. Going back to the vehicles, Raymond Legs 5508 says Zundap KS750 and BMW R12s. Quite possibly. Yeah, and then in terms of other vehicles, there are lorries, but they all tend to be four-wheel lorries. And for the period which I'm looking to do, I'm kind of looking at the old-fashioned Mercedes-Benz trucks from the sort of late 60s into the 70s. They're the... can you find them? Can you, hell? I can find them in like 1 to 32 scale. These like really fancy, expensive kits. But no, not in 172, 176 or 183. Cannot find them. Yes, Dave Holloway 87. The train has stopped. We have stopped them. In fact, Snuggles, aka the Cupboard Monkey, would you take over the stream?
Am I now called Captain Snuggles? Is that my
No, that's just your private pet name, which is now public. I'm going to go and get the train running again.
Do what you need to.
Yeah, but I need you to move first.
You need me to do efforts. My goodness, this is terrible.
To the nice people. Right, nothing controversial. Nothing controversial.
Nothing controversial. Okay, well, let's talk about... No, not really. So, guys, these are actually a lot easier to put together than I expected. Will's kits, I know Jen had that issue with that one, and all the usual suspects came out going, I think you'll find X, Y, and Z means it's this, that, and they're like, no, none of that.
What are we talking about by Will's kit building?
Yeah.
I didn't get on well with the Craftsman kit.
Yeah, the Craftsman kit. I was very surprised because of that, how well these came together. And there's also a bridge that I built. Jen has used some of the bits I didn't use for a build onto PT Sambaroto. I was very surprised how well their bridge kit came together because, like I say,
Bridge kit.
the bridge kit that I've made for my wargaming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was lovely. Wicking do a lot of trucks 1:87 scale. Wow.
Who does?
Wicking. If you want to take part, Jen, finish up what you're doing in there and come through. I'm not shouting to you because we're on the stream, and I'll max out the microphone, and then everyone will cry. So you do what you need to. I'll do what. Well, you... Yes. Oh dear. I think Parasol Miniatures do Vietnamese civilians and farmers and workers in sort of similar style clothing. Oh yes.
If somebody can post a link on the Facebook page, that would be really useful.
Jen says if you could post links to that on the Facebook page or something like similar like that, that'd be great because she looked and couldn't find them. You got a will kit from I read that out thinking it was real. Oh my goodness, Richard Grutus.
Have you been hacked by the
I've been Grutus.
You will when you've been Brutus. Right, there we go. Look, is everybody happy? I've got a little choo-choo.
You happy now?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Right.
So it's very, very hot. If we're coming across not quite as professional as we normally are,
It's because everything's melted, including all our stuff.
yeah,
You've got a Will Smith kit from the Oscars. I got slapped in the face. Get in.
You know, I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's like he
really damaged his reputation with that. I don't think he'll ever recover.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, one of those things. But right, so we're at 8:15. Have you got any ice cream, Jenny and Zoe? Says Tim Railways. Yes, we do actually, but we're not going to eat it on the stream because
why not?
I get complaints. People going, oh, either talk or eat. Don't do both.
Yeah, there's some people that just don't seem to get the idea of if you can't say things nice, don't say them at all.
Yeah, and you know, there's been so much stuff going on. Yeah, and we get it. So a lot of people have lost a lot of money.
It's not your fault.
Yeah, it's not my fault. So I don't know why I was getting it in the neck from people who made out like it was my fault.
They were making out like you were some kind of super villain.
Yeah. And can I just say as well, I suspect that there's a lot of hate and aggro and abuse going in other directions as well. Just don't do it. It's not good. It doesn't help anybody. One of the problems I think we've seen, not just in model railways, but in all walks of life, is that social media has become a very toxic place. And I just want to see people, this is supposed to be about model trains, and model trains are fun. So, if you're finding yourself working really hard to make it toxic, then clearly you're in the wrong hobby.
Yeah.
Leave us alone. We're playing trains.
Yeah.
Richard Gruter says, I have frozen cake. You might need to leave it to defrost for a little bit longer.
Yeah, let it go.
Yeah. Let it go. Let it go.
I'm glad you got that one, Jen.
Yeah, and Livestream Nick, absolutely, humans can be some of the nastiest creatures ever created.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Swiderski says, I lost nearly £200 to KR models, but hey ho, that's life. Yeah, and, it's unfortunate, but, we're not trying to belittle that, but,
Absolutely not. And at the same time, people need to remember that he didn't set out to screw you all over. He set out to make a product. And through circumstances that partly will be him and partly weren't.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
work.
legally, you can't trade whilst insolvent, and there's a lot of reasons why a company can become insolvent. And
That's how it is.
unfortunately, It happened.
Oh,
And
my
Mr.
goodness,
Belmosen, thank you so much. Very, very kindly donated $5 on the super chat. Says no dad jokes today. Just a thank you for another fun live stream. Thank you so much. You know, it's a different angle that we've got here today because it's too hot to go up into the loft to wear yard. And as I've been working on filming the building of PG Semberoto, which, if you're wondering, it's a pastiche of PG Sembero and PG Jatiroto. So we've shoved those two together. And PG is Pabrik Gula, which literally translates from Indonesian as sugar factory, I believe.
Huh.
But they're all called like PG.
Every time I see it, though, I will not remember that. I will think tips.
Yeah. Do you know this piano's on my foot? No, but if you hum it, I'll play it. Anthony says, sorry to hear that, Richard. Unfortunately, a lot of people.
On someone's conversation again.
No, it's the comment I read out before. A lot of people lost a lot of money. Don't know what to say. Unfortunately,
I wish
it's one of those things, and I think if anything going forward, I think people need to remember the lessons that I guess a lot of people also learnt with the demise of DJ models. You know, don't spend more than you can afford. And, you know, when you see models being offered by the likes of Rails of Sheffield, Trains for You and other retailers, where you can order it without paying a deposit, that is probably a safer bet.
Well, always. If you're putting a deposit down, I understand why that's a business model, and it is a workable model in most circumstances, but it is still unsecured.
Unfortunately, so.
You've got to keep that in mind.
Alan Pollock 3363 says, "What do you get if you shove a piano down a mine, a flat minor?"
A flat minor.
Yeah. Harp House Holt says, "I had a computer shop that went bust. It wasn't fun, and I still have bad dreams." Absolutely, and yeah, I understand that, you know, people are obviously very, very upset that they've lost money. You know, I guess in a perfect world that wouldn't have happened, but yeah, live stream Nick saying it's only money.
Yeah,
probably not helpful to say that.
But in the same way that saying to a starving person, "Oh, it's only food," it's, you know, it's still important.
Yeah. Griffey says, "I don't do credit cards as I actually have zero." It says Debbie's and I think debts. Debts, yes, and aim to keep it that way. Now, I'm the same, and actually, lucky enough to have paid off my mortgage a few years ago, through working very, very hard. To be honest with you, we had this
conversation off the weekend, funnily enough.
Yeah, and the issue is, and I'll put this out there because I think a lot of people may not have realised this, is that your credit rating is based on how indebted you are, and if you don't owe anybody any money, you end up with a really rubbish credit rating after a few months. And I discovered this when I went to hire a van from Enterprise for going to a show, and they went, "Oh, computer says no."
Yeah.
And it's because you just don't feature, so they decide you're a bad credit risk.
That's the thing. It's worth having if you can, and I'm not saying that this is for everyone. I don't have a credit card, and won't for obvious personal reasons. But if you can, and you know you can trust yourself with it and all of that, having one is actually quite worth it, because it stops this drop off of your credit rating. Your credit rating only lasts for a certain amount of time, then it disappears.
Yeah, it was about 6 months after we paid off the mortgage. Suddenly, I didn't have a good credit rating anymore. Yeah, I didn't owe anybody any money, and it's like, I remember.
And that's why, because you don't owe, you can't show that you're good at.
So I'm just sending the monkey in to retrieve the train. You'll find its front bogie has come off the track and it's derailed on the point. It does that deceitfully. I need to fettle the track a little bit more. So just have you checked the wheels are actually on the track?
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
Yeah, lovely jubbly. Andy Fry's Junction says, you had it with me a few weeks ago about your mortgage. Yeah, absolutely. And, excuse me, I hate the idea of debt. So mortgage was the only thing I actually had debt for. And once it was paid off, boom. It was like I went and bought a brand new car off the forecourt. And they were like, oh, let's get the finance deal going. And I went, oh, it's all right, I'll just pay cash. And I wasn't there with a suitcase. When people say, oh, I'll just pay cash, they don't mean rock up with a suitcase full of used £5 notes, but actually stick it on your debit card. And the single biggest thing I've ever put on my debit card was a brand new Nissan
I've dropped
Micra.
it to 0.
Okay.
It's constantly catching on the thing.
Okay.
I think it's because it's got hot and things aren't quite where you put them.
I will investigate after the stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, Flymo Chairman 1 says, what's the credit rating? Yeah, no, go back to that. What I would recommend, and can I just say, this is not financial advice. I'm not financially trained. I'm just telling you what I've found out. It's like, hey. But have a credit card. And yes, use it for online purchases or anything that you might think, would that Section 75 chargeback arrangement be helpful if anything were to happen?
Yeah, protect yourself.
Yeah, protect yourself. But then pay it off immediately. None of this like, oh, just pay the minimum balance. No, because the banks will help themselves to all your money. And, let's not knock banks. That's how they make money. So, it is a business model. But you don't have to.
I can say one word better than this.
Mm-hmm.
If you're paying the minimum, think about how much more you're paying. Mm-hmm. I remember when I first started work, I had it was like a tick system essentially for a suit that I wore to work. I finished paying for that suit with interest at the point where I needed another one.
Yeah,
because I was paying the minimum, and it's not.
And how much did you'd probably paid enough to have had 3 suits?
Yes, I worked it out, and at that point I thought, no, this is not good. So I stopped doing that, and I used a bit of nous and actually saved up and got myself a suit. Buying it myself.
Yeah, Harp Household says, do you know if you draw out cash on a credit card that you will lower your credit score? Yeah,
yes.
There's a few little things. Like if you think you're gaming the system, then just remember that there's some crackerjack banker who's already thought it through before you. But yeah, Ian O'Brien 6908 says, evening all Monday clubbers. That implies lateness on this very hot day.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons. Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thanks, Gandalf. Yeah. Who is definitely...
Yeah, Nigel Colt, 1936, is paying the minimum off pays off nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, in all honesty, you're basically just covering the interest. It's never, ever do that. Never, ever do. Always try and pay it off completely.
Absolutely.
You can use a credit card for online purchases, say, to give you that extra protection, but immediately pay it off. And then the fringe benefit is that you'll get a really good credit rating. Yes, I would love to.
Do you remember when this show was about trains?
And that will mean that you can buy your trains with confidence. See?
Yes. We can see Zoe's lips. You can't. That was Gandalf, not me.
Yeah.
I was just
miming along.
Yes.
Zoe likes to make Gandalf feel that people are listening by miming on.
Absolutely. Right, we have some videos tonight.
Oh, yes.
So if I were to bring those up.
Well, whilst you get the videos, I tell you, let's swap places. You do the videos.
Why would I want you to be?
Because I want to go and fix the railway.
Of course you do. But why would I?
I do want to fix the railway.
Go on, then you go and fix it. You play nice.
Stephen Maxwell 1453 says interest rates on credit cards are very high. You better to get a bank loan. Yeah, we're not doing financial advice. I'm just saying a credit card can be quite helpful because of the extra protection when you buy stuff with your credit card that you don't necessarily get with your debit card. So that's the kind of the thing. Where have you gone?
I've gone to get a
toy.
toy.
Lottie, we got a little Lottie.
Hello, Lottie. How you doing, baby girl?
Yeah, I wonder if she'll jump up on the table and say hello to
Probably.
Yeah, show all the nice people the Lottie McBotty.
If she comes up. I'm not going to grab her, though. It's just weird. So, guys, I'm just going to move things around so that I can get in here because we have some videos, don't we? So, right, I've got to find the buttons because everything gets moved when we have to do different situations, you know?
It's a situation.
Situation! Oh, oh no! Right, so if I bring up the Monday Club list, then we'll have some nice model railway stuff, and I'll just bring up all of this and press all the buttons, and there we go! Right. Jenny wants to play with her choo-choo train. Yes, yes, she does. She very much does. So let's have a look at this. If I go back... Ooh. Got some videos here from Richard Swiderski who says, hope you're both well. A little video of 71,000 Duke of Gloucester returning home to Crewe. Should be fun. Right. I grab that, copy the link. Okay. Let me just pop over. Is this the... No, that doesn't really work, does it? That's not a good... If I go to this, I'm just going to fiddle this as we work, as we do things. Kind of. No, that doesn't work. But what if I were to do cinema mode? Oh, there we go. Right. Okay, we've got cinema mode now, and I can put this down here and still see things. So here we go. Put the link into the chat as well. Oh, here we are. Whoa, that's loud. Jen must be more deaf than I am. Right, there we go. Why can't you guys hear this? How strange.
What can't they hear?
Why isn't this making that? How strange.
What's happening is the sound not going off.
No.
So people are getting the sound whether they like it or not.
No, the sound is not going through at all, from what I can tell. Very strange. But
But that's okay because we don't play them with the sound.
that's not the point, Jen.
Oh.
So there we go. Jen likes to interfere.
Yes.
I missed that entire thing because Jen was just blah, 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 blah. You see what I have to deal with? Do you see what I have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen? Everyone says it looks so. It really does. 7100 is down south at present. Yeah. I enjoyed that. Thank you for sending that in, Richard. That was lovely. And Jen is back. Guess who's back?
Yeah.
Back again.
So
Jenny's back.
how's the angle?
Warn your
I changed the angle incidentally.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to that.
Let's have a look at the angle. There we go.
Yeah, the
Ooh.
angle of the dongle. It looks all right.
Yeah.
So what else we got? We got a message from Richard Grigg. Continuing from my previous email, here's part 2 of my visit to this year's Bristol Model Railway Show. Ooh, that'd be nice.
Bristol show's one I've never done, but people do say a lot of good things about it. So
Yes.
Thornbury Model Railway Show 2026 Part 2. And that's actually a very good thumbnail. Just realised that, yeah, that there's a lot more 009 layouts actually, which is really nice, but I do like that.
Oh,
All
that
those-
is gorgeous. That is absolutely...
Yeah.
Since we're not doing sound, I might as well turn...
Quarry Hunslet. That's running pretty well.
Oh, you're welcome, Richard.
It
Thank
might
you.
have a John JMC guru of sound. Stay alive. I don't think it makes that noise.
Well, it should. There's your drink, by the way.
Yeah, that is actually a really nice layout.
Last please.
Also, I have just spotted
Thank you.
there's some trees on there that are the same trees that
I
I've
like
just
the
used on
size of the
PG
QR
Sunbury.
code. You said when I was doing...
No, but
things
if
for
you
that.
make a QR code that's the entire poster, people look at it and go, scam.
No, they don't.
Like when you get them stuck to parking machines.
Look, if you scan a QR code that's out in the wild, then you only have yourself to blame.
Ooh, I like that. That's clearly on something like a Graham Farish Class 08 chassis.
I like it. Yeah, it's cute.
That might be a route for me to be able to get the Japanese diesel locomotives that run on PG Sembro and used to run on PG Jataroto before they closed the system.
I liked it. I like the style.
It's quite nice. This is lovely.
Madden Steam Railway says he's heading off. Take care, man. Thanks for coming along. Have a great night.
Pleasure having your company. You take care in this heat. And don't forget, everybody, make sure you stay hydrated.
The Gronk in disguise, yes. I'm going to move this on to, let's say here. Oh, that was bright. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what,
my goodness.
The lighting on some of these is really, really good. Oh, look at the colour. And I love the balustrades on that. Ooh. Ooh. That's interesting. I wasn't aware of the AEC rail cars that were single-ended so that they could have a coach in between. Colour me intrigued.
Very cool. That is very cool indeed.
Yeah. Oh, this is nice. This is an epically sized layout. Lovely lighting. Look how it brings the greenery.
Incredible.
Some lovely trees as well.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. I love the vastness of it.
That is. I like the way that they've got the grass isn't entirely aligned. There's little bits here and there where it's worn down, so that it looks real. Like people are actually crossing over. They're not just going back and forth. They're crossing as well.
This is really good. A model of the Festiniog Railway's Criccieth Castle, says Warble Productions. Yes. I mean, it's something we need more 009. You know, Bachmann, Rapido actually have announced an awful lot. I think we're going to have a Lottie incoming.
Hello, Lottie.
Yeah, so you might get a first-hand look at our cat in a moment as she comes and tries to rub her bottom into the camera.
She's gorgeous. Hello, Lottie.
She's a lovely cat.
Oh!
Complete self-contained railway. I think it shows that you don't need a lot of space for a decent model railway.
You really don't. I'm just going to move my orc stomper out there. Look at the size of that guy. Whoa!
Lottie is actually behind the monitor now.
She's going to sit there.
People are going to think we don't have a cat.
We do, though.
I do love terriers.
I like cats.
Nice back scene as well with the clouds.
Intercity 125, the best.
No.
Yes, aside from Gronk's, the best.
No.
Is this TT 120?
Yeah.
Nice.
So even better, just shows what you can get in TT 120.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
So, Warble Productions says GWR railcar numbers 23 and 24 formed the GWR multiple unit.
I'm going to jump on again. Let's go for this tiny one here.
Move on.
There. Oh,
this looks really nice.
Shelf style layout, always good.
I like the water tower there. You see the it's like a windmill thing. You used to see them all around. They're still quite common in places like the US, but you used to have them in the UK as well.
This is interesting. Oh, period style vehicles.
That looks like Jack Jones the Butcher's van, except in the wrong color.
Yeah. Imagine if Formby went for Z-scale. Oh my goodness.
Z-scale is something that you don't really see in the UK. It's more of a continental
I'm just going to jump in. Is it just me, or does that look like the buffer stop is just bent rails?
Well, kind of, yes.
Huh.
How do you think they made them?
Well, just stands with a buffer on the end.
Okay, but yeah, they're braided. Why are we talking about buffers?
Because sometimes it's interesting to look at this stuff.
Yeah, RP Models 86 says, unfortunately, the lighting started strobing. It's one of the perils when you're filming at shows.
Yes.
Hey, look at this.
So much going on, and the railway is going through it.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I do like when you've got to look round things. Yeah. It kind of channels the focus of your view.
The scenery is... This is what caught my eye. That is incredible.
It's such a small but well-detailed layout.
My God, it's amazing.
Yeah. Keytown, MP&P Railway. That is nice.
That is gorgeous. That is a work of art.
So this will be
Oh my
016.5, I'm guessing.
That was just.
Oh, we've seen this one before, I think. There's so much going on with this one.
I think I have seen this, yes.
Yeah, and it had the canal boats that come out of those tunnels, go and do a round of the dock and go back in.
Yes, I've seen it because I recognise the people in the purple bus, yes.
This is the one that won Best in Show.
It did, and well deserved it was.
Yeah, I think that was at the Great Electric Train Show the first year that we went there. This won Best in Show.
Incredible.
There's some really, really nice layouts here.
Oh my goodness, incredible.
Yeah, this is nice. And talking of shows, Covrail will be on Saturday. Don't forget that it's the caretaker of the hall's day off, and they've asked me if I will open up for them. So I'm going.
Are you going to do it like the Kool-Aid Man? Oh yeah!
No, I'll probably just be like, hello, it's the janitor's day off, so they've asked me to unlock the doors. Please don't trample me as you run in for the bargains. Because nobody wants them sad act YouTuber opening a show and making a big fuss about it.
To be fair, you're not that sad.
Yeah, I'm not that big either. Incidentally, actually, it's you just caught a glimpse of the Guest, Keen and Nettlefold on the wagon. I think a lot of people don't realise that Guest, Keen and Nettlefold still exists as a company. It's one of the oldest companies, I believe, that's still in trading, and known these days as GKN Chep.
Wow!
All of those blue pallets. That's where that's the company.
Huh.
This is nice. I do like the big train of clay hoods. It's an era that really is growing on me, particularly the Class 37s. Now, when I first got into railway modelling, I just felt nothing about Class 37s. They just left me a bit cold.
Oh.
But now, I really quite like them. They've grown on me. Oh, look at the bridge! Look at the bridge!
Ooh. Oh.
That reminds me of the bridge that used to be on the line up to Eschwinning from Durham. All you can see now are those brick bases, but I don't know whether. See, this is LNER. Does it say which layout this is? Oh, there we are. Stain drop.
There you go.
Ooh. I mean, again, this is nice in O gauge. This is really lovely tree. So I find myself
237s in TT now. Very nice, solid models.
Yeah.
Excellent. I love TT. It's got that proper presence.
Can I just
ask,
it's
still small.
Does anybody know what type of locomotive that is? It's not a G5. That is Aerolite. Is it an X1 or an X3? That is an N. Yeah.
Sounds like Gandalf. How can you not love Class 37s? Which one was it that when I was playing on Train Simulator, you weren't happy with it, and then I revved the engine and you went, whoa, that sounds good.
That was Class 45.
There you go.
Now, is that a J25, 26 or 27? Could be a J24.
What are those wires sticking off the turntable? Are they the levers?
What wires?
Yeah, they're the levers, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're the brakes.
It might be the locking mechanism.
That's what I meant.
When it gets to the right place, they lock it so that the turntable can't move as the locomotive goes on and off.
That's what I meant, not brakes, locks.
Lovely smooth mechanism on that turntable.
Much better than the one you did.
Oh. Again, just showing what you can fit in a small space. So
yes.
That looks to be about the same sort of footprint as the revolving section of Four Seasons is.
What really interests me with this is you always see that stereotypical thing of the railway always makes a beeline for the one hill and then tunnels through it. Whereas what they've done there is kind of go around it.
I do like these smaller little models. It just shows what the space staff modeler can actually do with quite a small amount of space.
Essentially a shelf layout.
Yeah. But it also means, I like it. And again, this is fun. This is doing something quite different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am very impressed with that. That is incredible.
That is nice. And even like the little details, like the air conditioner on the roof of the building. So, a British micro layout in the HOF. Ah.
What on earth is HOF?
HOF.
Thank you so much for showing us
Bush's
that.
Feldbahn Railway, and effectively, it's HO narrow gauge, but I think it uses Z scale track,
Wow.
so it's even narrower.
That was incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. What we've got here now, Kelvin Gray says, video of the Stiniog Railway I filmed last week. Okay.
But that might be last week of like several weeks ago.
It might have been a while,
yes.
yes.
This is nice.
So I'm going to quickly bring this up onto the screen. And, oh, yes.
I do like a double fairly. Which one is it? It's gone past so quickly, but was it?
Do you want me to reverse it? So
No. It moves so quick I wouldn't be able to read it.
We need to go back to Wales.
Yeah, we do. Oh. Is that at Carnarvon? No, they can't be at Carnarvon. Because they use the...
Built in 1992.
Ooh.
That's 34
so is
years
that
old.
Livingston Thompson? No, David Lloyd George.
Yeah, everyone in the chat saying it's David Lloyd George. Thank you, Warbler.
Yeah, can I ask, did Bachmann do a model of David Lloyd George? Because they did Livingston
The
Thompson.
locomotive for the Prime Minister.
Yeah, the locomotive. I think, was that the one that they did as a special for the Collectors Club? Oh, that's a Blenheim Festiniog. I remember when they opened that station.
Wow.
Yeah. Ooh, observation car.
Yep.
Is she doing her knitting?
I've said this many times. If I have to travel, I only wish to travel by a Pullman observation coach. Lovely things. Absolutely lovely things. It was the club model, says Livestream Nick.
Right,
Thank you.
yes.
Oh.
So that's the one that I don't have. I've got I've got Merthin Emerus, and I've got Livingston Thompson, but I don't have that. And they need to do James Spooner. It's an obvious one for them to do from their current tooling.
Welsh is definitely an Indo-European language because that said esprit for spirit, which is just like the French, esprit.
And there's a lot of French because things like église is church.
Yes, and in Welsh it's egloi.
It's basically just pronounced different, but it's the same word.
It is, yeah. Indo-European, yeah. Those ops carriages cost nearly £250,000 to construct. Yeah,
I can imagine.
I'm not going to go and buy one, but I would travel in one if one was available.
Yeah.
Is that a cut and shot with two sets of boilers or just the one? Oh, interesting question.
It's a single boiler, but yeah, my understanding is it's a single boiler.
Fairly's patent.
Yeah. So when you look in the cab, you can't get from one side of the cab to the other without getting out and walking around the locomotive.
Weird.
But that is nice. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
It's PG Sembrotto seems to be running all right.
Eventually.
Look at the difference with the track width.
It's incredible, isn't it?
So this is really nice.
My goodness.
That looks like a standard road sign, that 20.
It does, doesn't it?
I bet you they just get them from the same place because they're reflective and everything. Just give us some 20
mile
an hour.
says he needs to go back here, but without the kids. Don't let them hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, we went there without any kids.
We don't have any kids.
No, we don't. Yay!
I'm not going to say yay. I always wanted kids. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
You can't have everything. You can either have kids or a nice Warhammer collection.
Yeah. But yes, anyway, so Saturday is Covrail. Come on down. We're going to be there. We've been asked to open it to give the janitor a day off. So we'll be unlocking the doors. Please don't stampede us. And we'll be there with Minitatus Newiz, which should be quite nice. Actually, I'll look at it and go, it's no PG Semberoto.
So we've had a message from Warbler saying, I'm sending this and I hope it gets shared on the stream tonight. It did not. This is from the 25th of May.
Yeah, we've been
it's a somewhat special video featuring 2 Hastings Thumper units working a very special rail tour that ran for 3 days from Tunbridge in Kent to Scotland and return, and organised by the Branchline Society.
What a thumper.
To raise funds for the Great Ormond Street Hospital. That's a very good cause.
I mean, so are these like Class 205s? Have they ever been to Scotland before?
We're about to find out. So, this, if I bring it up.
Gosh Nest Monster. Gosh, of course, being the acronym for Great Ormond Street Hospital.
Did I press play?
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
Yes,
Thank goodness. So here we go. So, my goodness, it was almost a month ago. Sorry about that. We have had some problems with the live streams, haven't we? We've got to get the computer sorted.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just so hot. There's a reason we're in the book nook with a different computer and just trying to just
Whoa, that's
have
a bit
something
fast.
to watch. We had PG Semberoto because it's set up. It's where I was building it. So you got a sneak peek of PG Semberoto. I've just finished filming part 5. Although you may notice, the eagle-eyed will have noticed that part 2 has only just gone out. So I'm 3 episodes ahead.
Jen likes to be ahead.
I do like a good buffer. But also I build stuff so quickly. It's just a really great way of keeping me busy and, just keeping me occupied.
Beep, beep. Here we go.
So that must be on a different track. Oh, look, it has flashy lights. They've got, like, wigwags. I've never noticed that before, Wigwags for going... I'm presuming it's when it's going through the station because it's on a platform road. No.
I do like a good buffer. It's a good T-shirt logo statement.
Yeah, yes, James Pett, who is a late, apparently.
I've heard from Gandalf.
Yeah.
A Monday clubber is never late, nor are the early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Yes. Yeah.
Andy was saying, is that not just a trick of the camera? I was thinking the same thing, Andy, but I was going to let Jen just talk because she knows more than I do.
I
Beep,
thought
beep.
it might have been that they go whiff where, interslice.
Whoosh, whoosh.
That's extreme. So are you going to paint those tonight, those little carts?
No, I'm going to play Warhammer. Right, I'm going to now bring up the next bit.
Find the next train. Oh, here it comes. Class 205. That's well out of area. I mean, it's interesting.
Is that an actual locomotive? Because it looks like the rest of the carriages.
It's a DMU.
Ah, of course.
It's what it actually is.
It's being raced by that one on the other line, though.
Yeah. Whoa!
Oh.
I think the one on the other line's sort of catching it up.
Yeah.
Do you think...
You're going to have to go a bit faster, pedal a bit faster.
Because they don't have wing mirrors. Do you think the one that was slowly overtaking, when he got to the driver's cab of the other one, he went doo-doo and seen if he could make the crew jump? Like, hey, where do you come from?
The DMU looked like it had a Thomas face. It did, yeah.
I can't imagine that the 205 Thumpers had ever been to Scotland before. Yes, 57305 Northern Princess. Yes, a DEMU. A DEMU. Yeah, it's got Rod Hull's hand up its bottom.
Oh, thank you for sending that in. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
thank you.
They're actually slightly narrower than regular stuff to get through the Hastings Line Tunbridge Tunnel.
Right. I think we've got time for one more.
One more.
Yeah.
Keep looking up. Actually, I don't know what you were doing, but it's going round okay now.
Andrew Rennie says, hi, Jenny and Zoe in the Monday Club. Got
Hello.
a Gronk, a beautiful one. 37025 at the Bowness Diesel Gala.
37025 is a 37.
It could be an honorary Gronk for tonight.
Okay, well, maybe there was a Gronk next to it.
Maybe. Press the wrong button.
Yes, you have.
We've got one from Anthony here saying, please check out my latest video with a little blue tank engine at the
Heat is
NYMR.
starting to get to me.
It's starting to get to me as well.
I
I
think it's
may
getting
not be
to a lot of
playing
people.
Warhammer.
I suspect that the audience levels is significantly down.
So
DJ K666, welcome back. Great to see you. Hope you're well.
I'm going to press this.
Ooh, that's an interesting livery. How long before Bachman put Thomas out in that livery?
That was actually shockingly bright.
Mm.
I may not
Lovely
be playing
day.
Warhammer too well
it's a
tonight.
shark. Beware of the shark. Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun, dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
dun, 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 dun.
Now here's an interesting thing.
Oh, a fish fan.
Producers were a little off and a little cagey about the idea of a two note or two chord theme for Jaws.
Bloody works though, doesn't it?
So the composer decided the best way to show them that it would work is to follow them around playing it. Is that Tosser Thomas?
Can I just say that kid's got the right idea, checking nobody's looking and then getting that, oh, we saw you. We saw you.
So yeah, apparently the composer just followed the producers around playing the tune.
Can I just say that the Jaws theme is genius?
It is.
Oh, that's
John Williams, that was it,
Yeah.
yes.
The Northeastern Railway petrol electric rail car. Nice. Was that Kerno model sent? Who did the model of that? Was it Kerno or was
know.
it Rails?
Hi Krista, I am streaming, but I'm not streaming Game Hammer. We're going to be playing Warhammer on the Wargame Hammer channel. The first live stream from Wargame Hammer.
Yes. Oh, look at the little portholes in the thing. Oh, this is cornhole.
Is that what it is? That's that what the game is?
Well, when you hear people, it's an American thing, I think. But when you hear them
I would
talking
play
about
with that so
cornhole,
much.
it's essentially that. It's throwing a beanbag through a hole.
A different angle for Thomas, my goodness. I like this. They've done a...
It's actually a nice shade of blue, but it does. I mean, they make a real locomotive look insanely toy-like. Is that the Manchester Ship Canal Hunslet Long Tank or something?
I kind of like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
need DP for Cornholio.
DJ K666. Yes, Cornholio.
Cornholio.
You're disrespecting my bunghole. I need TP for my bunghole.
They've even painted the wheels lovely.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I feel like we need to have Beavis and Butthead in bed tonight.
I've got to play Warhammer.
After that, obviously. Well, I'm just going to be in there. I'm going to be tinkering. I've got some tinkering time planned.
I can't remember what I'm doing, like a Battle of Death Marsh or something like that. It's all grim and dark and horror.
It's grim
things
and
like that.
far-flung
Horror.
future. Yes. And they all go around and go, Gromit, it's the wrong trousers.
Yes.
As they and then,
This is his wrong steamy trousers. Steamy.
It's his techno trousers.
Technobut.
Yeah.
That version of Thomas is the closest thing we'll get to a new build E2.
Yeah. That is nice, actually. Those two go together so well. Oh,
I'm not convinced that train is on the tracks.
Yeah.
Just something tells me that wasn't quite right.
Oh, it's one of those giant piano
I want
things.
one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Gronkity gronk, gronk it
love
up.
it. Gronk it up. Gronk it up.
Hashtag not a cult.
Now
for
this
legal
is
and tax
nice.
purposes. Which
I
one
like
is it?
this.
I can see 088. Is this 08818?
0181 811
No,
8181.
it's not. You're not calling in.
Live and kicking.
No, what it was I want to say
It's got
going
a no
live.
on the end.
Oh, Saturday Superstore. Oh, we got there in the
They
end.
all used the same number.
Well, yeah. But Saturday Superstore, didn't that take over from Tiswas? It was Tiswas, then Saturday Superstore, and then
live and kicking or going live.
it was going live first, then live and kicking.
Yeah.
That's an 09. Looked like 08 to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Swap shop. Saturday swap shop. I vaguely remember that.
I remember with Noel Edmonds, only very vaguely. Yeah, the heat is drink. You need tank. I love my grunk.
It's actually...
It's giving me a headache as well. It is very oppressive weather. People stay hydrated. It's very, very important to stay hydrated in weather like this. Even if you don't think you're thirsty, keep chugging on some water.
Oh.
And don't drink tea and coffee because the caffeine will make you more dehydrated.
Coke?
Likewise for alcohol.
Hey, Lottie.
Oh,
Hi, Lottie. How you doing, babe?
Oh, Lottie McButty.
Lottie's lovely.
Oh, are you going to come up here? Let me move my cook. Are you going to come up and say hello?
Thank you so much for sharing that. We're gonna end that there because it's near the end of the show now. My goodness, it really is.
Who's a little beauty? I don't know, can they see me tickle? No, they just see my hand going off. Come here. Let's just see if we can get you.
No, the cat is there.
Can people see our little cutie cat?
Yeah, she's there.
This is Lottie, everybody.
Lottie's lovely.
Yeah. Hello, Lottie.
Look at that. It's still light in there. But when we go in for that, you have managed to put the camera in the one place that doesn't have any light.
We'll go to the other camera then. There we go.
Yes.
Weird, isn't it? It just showed. They say the camera never lies. Well,
doesn't tell all the truth either.
Yeah, it doesn't say the truth very much. So there we go. So we're just coming to the end of the stream. As always, don't forget to hit that like button. Consider sharing to social media and subscribe to the channel to be the first to know about new videos as and when they go up, including PG Sembaroto. I'm also hoping to tomorrow morning, nice and early, when it's a bit cooler, I'm going to be filming my review of the Bachmann J71. So hopefully that'll be Friday's video. We're taking a week off the PG Sembaroto build, but that will be back the following week. Covrail is coming up this weekend. We'll see you there. We're giving the janitor for the hall the day off by we've been sent the keys. We're going to be letting everybody in. And I'm not going to make a big thing about it because I just think it's a bit sad when YouTubers open events and then there I am opening an event. Yeah, well, I'm going to say.
I think your best way of doing it is...
Also judging best in show.
Yes. A quick speech to say something like, right, bargains are over there, toilets are over there, have a great day. Yes. Remember that
and your exits are here, here and here.
Yes.
And on that note, please like, share, subscribe. Check us out over on Patreon. Monday Club badges. We will be taking Monday Club badges with us. And Sawyer Models will be there. Our lovely jubbly sponsor. Do support them. And don't forget the Sawyer Models and Thunderbolt Models as well. Two of the traders in the hall. That your Monday Club badges are good for a discount. So we will have, there are maroon badges, there are the purple badges, but we may have some green one. I don't know. If we find any other colours, then they will be there. Now, who knows? Will we find a dark blue one?
Knows.
Yes. And on that note, you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.
And that a big up to Sawyer Models. Thank you for keeping the lights on here.
Absolutely.
Take care.
And can I also just say a huge thank you to Osrail in Australia, who have been the source of sugarcane, banana trees, and such like perfect vegetation for doing PG Sembaroto. So huge thank you to them. And if you too want to build a sugarcane railway, then Osrail in Australia, you need to check them out because that is where the good stuff is at. But until next time, you take great care of yourself. Bye for now.
Jenny loves you, diesel Shunda. In sailing. Rusty wheels and engine humming, steady groans always coming. Gronk it up, you're the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth, gronk it up for what you're worth. Gronk the 08 unsung hero. Diesel hard but love is zero. Jenny sees your true intention, endless work without a mention. Slow and steady, never flashy, in the yard where tracks are trashy. Jenny knows your secret song, to her you're where you belong. Gronk it up, you're the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth, gronk it up for what you're worth. Gronk it up, you're the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth, gronk it up for what you're worth. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Hashtag not a cult.
And thank you so much, guys, for joining us tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. Bit of a difference showing off P.T. Sambaroto, which you can kind of still see.
Oh, I'm sorry, I moved the camera. I completely didn't realise. So
It's all right. Jen is now going back to working on P.T. Sambaroto, but for now, I'm going to end the stream, and we'll be jumping over in a few minutes. Game Hammer's not starting tonight. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. War Game Hammer is starting tonight, doing a battle between the Space Marines and the Orcs. My goodness, it's like King Kong's arrived. Ding dong, King Kong's weird sister. Ding dong. So we'll be starting with the first ever live streamed battle on War Game Hammer. And I hope that you'll enjoy that too. But for now, thank you so much. Take care. Happy modelling and see you later. Bye bye.